All right, let's do a walk around of a 1979 Datsun 280ZX. Story behind this car, bought brand new by a commercial airline pilot in California. On the back of the car here, it's got kind of what I think is a cool touch. Got kind of his employee parking on the bumper and on the back window. So that I think that's kind of cool. Spent its first half of its life in California, then came up to Washington, not much before 2000. So I think this car was basically titled and registered in Washington and then stuck in this guy's private airplane hangar kind of from that day forward. So it sat for quite a few years. When I picked it up, I took it to a Datsun mechanic here in town and had him kind of go through it, check everything out before we fired the engine up. Had to do some fuel tank cleaning, put a clutch master cylinder on it, and I think a brake caliper. So not much. And now the car, runs and drives really, really nice. Records on this car all the way from the original window sticker, till the day he parked it. Work done at the dealership and work done at a shop called Precision Z in California. Some point, records show it was in a fender bender of some type. Nothing major, that's for sure. I mean, all of the gaps, hood gaps, door gaps, rear deck lid gaps. I mean, it's all absolutely flawless on this car. So doesn't say where exactly it happened at, but it must have had some paint work done on it somewhere. Also, when the car was only a few years old, it had a transmission replaced in it. So was done at the dealership. I don't know if it was a warranted transmission or not. I can't remember. But yeah. So let's look at the interior of this thing. It's just as nice as the exterior. Door panels are flawless, basically. Not new, not restored, but basically just well kept. No rips, tears, scrapes, scratches, nothing like that. Seats, excellent condition. Let's take a look. Let's take a look in the rear deck, under the rear deck. Back here is also in really nice condition. All the interior pieces are good. Under that panel there is the original expandable spare tire, which is kind of crazy, and the tool kit and all that stuff. Doesn't look like that stuff's ever even been taken out of there, to be honest. So all really nice. All right, let's look under the hood of this car. Oh. Straight six by 79. They were kind of known for these cars to be a little bit heavy and a little bit slow in comparison to some of the earlier Z cars. But the little bit that I've driven it, which isn't a lot, I think the car is really sporty and really fun to drive. That straight six is torquey, so it pulls through the gears really nice. Comes right out of low RPMs. Just pulls right through them. Really, really fun car to drive. And I think it's a super sporty car to drive. So let's take a look at the dash. Dash is in great condition. No cracks. Headliners, excellent condition. Visors, radio in it is a little bit crackly, but works. It's got a cool speaker adjustment knob there for your surround sound, so that's a super retro touch. Power mirrors work. Power windows work. It's got cruise control, but I've never tried it. Air conditioning doesn't blow cold. Probably would need some kind of a recharge if that's even possible today, or maybe an upgrade to some of the newer systems or something like that. But let's fire it up here. So kind of a cool touch here on the dash when you turn the key. Obviously all the lights come on, and then it gives you the green OK to start, which is kind of retro and kind of cool. So obviously car fires right up, oil pressure comes up, voltage comes up, you know, everything seems to be working great. One thing that doesn't work is the fuel gauge. So the fuel gauge in these is kind of an intricate system, kind of a three-part system. It's got a main gauge, it's got a quarter tank gauge, and it's got a fuel light. The main gauge is not working, but the quarter tank gauge works and the fuel light works. So it lets you know when it's getting low, so you don't run out in it without knowing. So yeah, this car's, you know, it's unrestored. It's just basically beautifully maintained for its whole life, which, you know, I'm not saying there's not nicer ones out there, but I think you'd be hard pressed to find an unrestored car as beautiful as this. You know, root beer brown, gold wheels, gold emblems, velour interior. You know, it really doesn't get much more retro 1979 than this car.